What's up, y'all? It's Chris, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about intermittent fasting. And I've talked about it quite a bit before, but I want to talk about it now because it's become really, really popular. There's a lot of people doing it. There's fitness models doing it. There's celebrities doing it. I think there's a lot of politicians doing it. All types of different people are doing intermittent fasting now. A few years ago, it wasn't so common, and a lot of us, when we heard about it at first, we're like, what the heck is this? You don't eat during the day. What? But now it's a very common protocol. And I actually think it's really beneficial. It's something that I've done for years now. And I want to talk about it because I know a lot of you might just be getting into your fat loss journey or your body transformation journey. And it could get a little bit confusing because there's some mistakes you can make that will make your life a little bit miserable if you make them. So let's get into this. Let's dispel some myths and let's talk about some helpful ways about doing intermittent fasting in a way that's going to help you to burn fat, that's going to help you to maintain your muscle mass, and that's going to help you to feel really freaking good. So first things first, what I want to get off my chest here is that intermittent fasting is not starving. Right? You're not starving yourself to death. You are spending a period of time during your day when you are not eating, and then you are spending a shorter period of time during your day where you are eating. Right? There's a window of time where you're eating and a larger window of time where you are not eating. Okay? And I have to say that because there's people out there who will severely restrict their calories and not eat at all, right? And I have to say that because if you do that, that could lead to some problems, right? If you are not eating the amount of calories per day that you need, then that could lead to lower energy. That could lead to hormonal issues, particularly if you're a woman. That could lead to hypothyroidism. If you're a woman or a man, it could lead to problems with your adrenals. And if you get into that position, it's not a position you want to be in. It feels like hell. And then what will happen is you'll say, you know what, I tried that intermittent fasting thing. It didn't work for me, shut down my hormones, and I'm just going to go back over this. And so what I want you to understand is that, yes, this is this could be a very potentially useful thing for you. And I don't want you to get turned away by some dumb mistake or dumb misunderstanding of what it is. You still need to eat your requisite amount of calories. You're just eating them in a window. Now, the next thing you need to understand is that intermittent fasting doesn't necessarily restrict you to one way of eating, right? I do ketosis. There's a lot of people out there who do veganism. There's a lot of people out there who do other types of diet protocols. The only thing that you are following on an intermittent fasting protocol is that you're not eating for a period of time and you're eating in a very specific window, whether that's keto, vegan, zone diet, paleo, anything else. That doesn't make a difference. What makes the difference is whether or not you're getting your requisite amount of macronutrients, whether or not you're getting your requisite amount of calories, whether or not your food is nutrient dense, and whether or not it's digestible. Two things that I've talked about in other videos: nutrient density and digestibility, extremely important. But this is what makes intermittent fasting, I think, one of the best ways of getting into a diet, because it really, it does matter what you eat during that diet window, but it matters less. And again, I'm not encouraging you to eat junk food, but let's say you're just starting out on your journey and you're just getting yourself onto this new way of eating. Eating within that window and restricting yourself to that window, it can still help you to burn fat until you start to figure out those healthier choices and the best diet paradigm for you. So again, while I'm not encouraging you to eat junk when you break your fast, I am saying that this could make it a lot easier as you're getting into your diet. The next thing you really want to understand about intermittent fasting are the benefits that you're going to get from it. So number one is that, yeah, it's going to help you to burn fat. And that may seem very intuitive to you because you're not eating during a period of time. But what I want to tell you is that the best way of burning fat using an intermittent fasting protocol is actually to train fasted. And what this helps you to do is to increase your fat oxidation, particularly if you're doing intense exercise during your training session. What happens is the fat helps to get released from the cell so that it can fuel your body through the workout. And what I mean by intense exercise, I mean you're huffing and puffing and sweating a little bit. It's not really going to happen to a large extent if you're doing slow weightlifting, but if you're getting into some like Metcons or doing some CrossFit or something like that, it's going to be more likely to happen. And that's beneficial because obviously you're going to be burning more fat. The next thing is that fasting in and of itself actually has a lot of health benefits. There's a lot of studies that demonstrate that not eating, and it actually extends life in a lot of living organisms. And the cool thing about intermittent fasting is that it actually gives your digestive system a rest. And you have to understand that your digestive system is kind of like your body's power center. Its health really determines the health of the rest of your body. If your digestive system is inflamed, then that could lead to autoimmune problems. It could lead to total body chronic inflammation. It could lead to neurological dysfunction. It could lead to heart disease. It could lead to insulin resistance, which can lead to diabetes. So we really want to keep our digestive systems healthy. And by giving it a rest, and when I say rest, it means you're not constantly shoving food down it and passing food through it, which is unnatural for human beings. For a large part of our history, we didn't have food in our digestive systems all the time. You're giving it a rest and helping to reduce that inflammation and giving it time to heal. The other thing that is really cool about intermittent fasting is that it creates kind of like a detox for your body, a cellular detox. Now, this gets a little bit scientifically complicated. If you listen to like Dr. Rhonda Patrick, she talks about this quite a bit, but it creates something called cellular apoptosis, and your body starts to clean itself via a process called autophagy. And basically, in your cells, you have these bacteria. They're called mitochondria. They're basically the power centers of your cells. And some of those mitochondria, they get a little bit, diseased, or they malfunction. And when you have malfunctioning mitochondria, that can lead to a lot of health issues. That could lead to cancer. That could lead to cellular dysfunction, right? And when we have cellular dysfunction, that means that could lead to unregulated cellular growth, and that could lead to cancer, right? But what happens when you start to fast? Your body goes through a process where the healthy mitochondria, they start to kill off those diseased mitochondria. And they do so, and through that process, the healthy mitochondria, they thrive more. So they get rid of the unhealthy mitochondria, and the healthy mitochondria, they start to thrive a little bit more. And that helps to reduce aging. Like I said, it helps to increase your overall health and allows your cells to function better, all right? So those are some of the benefits of intermittent fasting. Like I said, this is probably, I could do a whole book on this. I could do an hour-long video. I don't want to do that right now. Most of you wouldn't watch it anyway. But for those of you who are newbies, these are things to know and things to consider as you're getting into intermittent fasting. And it's really a great way and an easy way to begin to burn fat, especially when you're trying to get used to a new diet way of eating, a new diet and a healthier lifestyle. A lot of you might be scared of not eating breakfast in the morning, scared of the idea that you might get a little bit hungry, but you get used to it after a while. So if you want more information on intermittent fasting, make sure you subscribe to this channel and check out my other videos. Make sure you sign up for the notifications, or you can check out my newsletter that I send out regularly. You can check that out at www.warriorsoulagogi.com. I will talk to you guys all soon. Thank you for listening.